What's the limiting reactant for the following reaction given we have 3.4 moles of calcium nitrate and 2.4 moles of lithium phosphate? What is the theoretical yield of lithium nitrate? And we're given an equation. It's important to always read through the whole question and then think about it for a second. So here we've got, we're given a number of moles of this guy and a number of moles of that guy. So let's write those numbers under those formulas in the equation. Calcium nitrate, 3.4 moles. Lithium phosphate, 2.4 moles. And there's two questions here. What is the limiting reactant? And what is the theoretical yield of lithium nitrate? There are two products, aren't there? There's lithium nitrate and there's calcium phosphate. It's telling us that we're interested in the amount of this one. We could find the other one too, but let's not because we don't need to. So this is our question. How many? Now, that's right.
It's missing in our question.
It's missing what?
It just stopped at theoretical yield.
Oh. Okay, so it should be what is the theoretical yield of, that's why it's in red. I added that in class last semester and then I never got around to fixing the worksheet because I remembered 10 minutes before I left that I needed to print out the worksheet, so I just printed it out. And now I'm looking at it and there's actually one more little bit of information that's kind of missing. What's the theoretical yield? What unit? It doesn't say, does it? What's the easiest? If we put it in moles, that is still the theoretical yield. It doesn't ask for grams. The question should specify, and it doesn't. It's giving us the reactants in moles, and so then it's reasonable to expect that we would do the product in moles, and it's easier, and so we're going to go with that. So in moles, we'll add that in there, and maybe next semester I'll fix it. Probably not. So this, yes, question.
That paper goes up to only number 7.
You got one that the computer glitched on. It must be your lucky day. Anybody else not have 8 or 9 or 10? Nope. She wins the prize, the defective worksheet. This is a limiting reactant problem. We've got two amounts, and so just like with the waffles and the tricycles, we're going to do two equations and find two answers and choose the smaller answer. So I like to do the first one first. 3.4 moles, and yes, these formulas are a bit more involved than the other ones and they're a little tedious to write, but just do it anyway. Moles of what we're starting with, and then lithium nitrate is what we're looking at, so we're going to go to moles of lithium nitrate. And that's going to be divided by moles of calcium nitrate because we want these units to cancel out. Then we look at our equation. In front of calcium nitrate is the number 3. So in our mole ratio, in front of calcium nitrate, we write the number 3. In front of lithium nitrate is a 6, and so we put a 6 here. And so this, we do the math, and it comes out to be 6.8 moles of lithium nitrate. But we're not done yet, because that's assuming there's plenty of the other reactant, and there's not necessarily. We have a finite amount. So now we do our other equation, 2.4 moles of lithium phosphate. We're finding, though, the amount of the same product. We're going to the same place. So we're going to moles of lithium nitrate. And now we're going to divide by moles of lithium phosphate, because we want those to cancel out. Again, this is a mole ratio. The numbers come from the equation. In front of lithium phosphate is the number 2. So that goes here in front of lithium phosphate. In front of lithium nitrate is the number 6. And so that goes here. I think this comes out to 7.2 moles of lithium nitrate. Now, just like with making waffles, when you run out of an ingredient, the reaction stops. You don't make any more waffles when you run out of flour. If you run out of eggs, you can't make any more. So when we do a limiting reactant problem, we do 2 or possibly more equations. We end up with 2 or more answers. The correct answer is the smallest answer. 6.8 is the smaller answer. So that is the amount of product of lithium nitrate that can be made. That is the theoretical yield. Because that is in theory, if everything goes perfectly. Making waffles, you could drop one on the floor, you could burn one. Someone could come in and take a bite out of one. Making tricycles, maybe one of the wheels is defective or something. You know, stuff happens. Maybe there was a forklift accident and a box of pedals fell, and I don't know what would happen to pedals, but something could, I'm sure. So if everything goes perfectly, we could make this amount of lithium nitrate. We can't make any more because we've run out of one of the ingredients. This guy right here, the one that made the smaller amount, is our limiting reactant. So in a question like this, you have to indicate what your answers are. I want to see both of these equations, and I want to see both of these answers. But if you don't put a box around one of the answers and circle one of the reactants, you will not get full credit because you have to choose an answer. Any questions?